Hey friends, one of the fundamentals of leatherwork is learning how to glue on a curve. And today I'm going to show you exactly how we do it. So learning how to put what would normally be a flat piece of leather with a lining to it onto a curve and allowing it to stay there naturally. And the way we do that is by gluing on a curve. And this is done with card holders and wallets and handbags, and everything that you can possibly think of has probably been glued on a curve at some point because it gives it a really nice natural shape when you're finished. Make sure you stay to the end of the video as I will be announcing the winner of the giveaway if you won the card holder. So to start off with, we're going to use a mould. You can do this with a bottle, you can do this with pretty much anything that has a curvature to it. Anything, as long as it has a curvature. I use a jig, these are called jigs. So the external is going to be Himalayan crocodile. It's absolutely stunning. And the lining that we're going to be using is something that I haven't actually used much before. I've used Auran slightly before, the goat skin that we're using, but this is actually a matte finish one which I haven't used, but it's worked really well. So normally on a bag, a small leather good like a card holder or a wallet or purse or whatever it might be that you're making, the lining leather, I do recommend goat as one of the primary lining leathers. Most goat skins were designed to be lining leathers. I can go over that in another video, so if you want me to talk about how to use different leathers, please leave a comment in the description box below and I will absolutely do a video on it if I have enough interest. So I'm going to be using these two leathers today, and I'm going to be using this jig. So we're going to put that to the side. I'm using 1816B by I think it's Eco Stick, maybe? That sounds about right. If not, I will definitely leave that in the description box below because it's a water-based contact adhesive, which means no smell, and it's much more flexible than a solvent-based one. But I'll leave one below. I am going to be doing a video on solvent versus water-based contact adhesives in the future. So again, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. And the final thing I'm using is you have to have something to stick it down, if that makes sense, at the end, to make sure it's all firmly stuck down. So you can use a bone folder to push down it, and I'm going to demonstrate that. But you can also use a roller. So the roller I have is from Dream Factory. It's a bit messy at the moment, but I do really like it. It weighs a ton, it's like probably over a kilo, but it means that it's got some really sturdy movement to it. For this particular project, I'm going to have it on the narrowest one. I've already got the centre lines on here, I've done it in the past, but if you don't, mark the centre line on your mould. But again, you don't have to use a mould. Whatever you've got to hand, I do this frequently, so therefore I use a mould. Alright, so that's attached. And it's really important that you do that you attach it to something just so that it's easier for when it comes to actually wrapping the exterior around. So the next stage is we're going to put the glue on. I'm using a water-based contact adhesive. It's really important that you put that mark on, the centre line mark, before you put the glue down. Once the glue's ready to stick, it turns clear, you'll be able to see the pen mark. So that's a tip for you. You want to make sure you have a generous amount of glue, or I should call it contact adhesive, it's not technically glue. I'm going to move that out of the way, and we're now going to do the same thing but on the exterior. So in this case it's a Himalayan crocodile, and wait for that to set. So as you can see, this is now completely clear. You can only tell it's got glue on it because it's shiny and it's sticky. But we're going to take the outside part and we're going to line up the two marks we made before, gently, And before we do anything else, we're just going to tap down on the top so that that's stuck in place. And we can take that tape off now if we like, or later, doesn't really matter. The next part is you need to put the sides down. A little tip is don't push them down, just let them, just touch them. Because if you stretch it, if you push it down as you're going, you won't get the same shape that you cut out. So you just want to very gently make contact. We're gonna properly stick it down later, but just very gently put it down so that it's made contact. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. From the middle, and just touch it down. You do not want to stretch it at this point because you will change the shape of your piece. And also, more importantly, if you really push it as it goes down, you'll get a curve because you're stretching it out. So now it's all stuck, you can put some welly into it. Because at this stage it's not gonna stretch out. And there we go. So we can take the tape off. And there we go. So we have now got a glued on curve wallet panel. So the last thing that you want to do is get a rubbing stick or your bone folder. Actually, I'll show you it with a bone folder because you might not have a roller. So you want to make sure that it is stuck down the whole way around. And don't worry about stretching it out because it's glued on a curve, so even if you do that, it will pop up. That's the whole point of it, is that you have put shape into your piece. You can make this even more rigid by putting a structural piece in, like Veldona, but for this purpose, I've chosen not to. But if you want it to be really stiff, you can do that. Just gonna roller it. And there we are, it's glued on a curve. So when you want to trim it off, you can put it flat. That's the magic of this, is that that's its natural position. It allows you to push it flat, fine. It'll pop back up and it will want to sit like a wallet does. So I'm gonna trim off the excess and then I'll see you in a moment. And that's ready to be turned into a wallet. I will see you in a moment. I'll also leave it in the description box below. I tried to record it when I did the automatic name picker thing from the people who entered, but my phone was off, and I didn't want to do it again because that didn't seem fair. But the winner of the competition is Tiger the Rex. It seems like a cat, but the owner of that, if you could send me a message, and I will organise postage for you for that card holder out for you this week. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a like, comment, subscribe, all of the YouTube things, and I can't wait to see you next time. Thank you very much.